Our wedding nights were incredibly special because we had waited with our fiancés and then now husbands to share every level of intimacy with them on our wedding night. And from my experience, there was such a thick presence of God on my wedding night, and like the blessing that came from uniting as one, and making that promise and commitment to Tyler, and then being completely vulnerable with him, and that's like being on our honeymoon together and just being with each other. Like, it was the most amazing time. And like,
was it something worth the wait?
Yes, something that you build up in your head for years and like wait for forever.
You see in movies, and you build up in your head.
You want it to be this amazing lights, fireworks, all this type of stuff. And I can say that it was, because I can't express enough how amazing it was to be intimate with my husband for the first time and just feel that closeness and that oneness with each other. And like the level of intimacy has only grown even in the 10 years of being married, and like all the dynamics that have changed with kids and stuff. But like the waiting period of all of that and saving my body physically for this person was 1,000% worth it, because there was nothing that could have replaced that. And it's not anything that I would want to share with anybody else. Like, it's so sacred, and like sex is from God. It's not a taboo topic that Christians shouldn't talk about. Sex is meant for marriage. Sex is from God. He designed it. And it's not just to produce children.
Good.
Yeah, he designed it to be good. So it's like, it's just so amazing to me how God designed us and how he made us to work with one another.
Yeah. On my side, I was also a virgin. Brandon was not. But when he came to Christ and got baptized, kind of started his relationship with God, he had soul ties cut off. And maybe we can talk about that.
There's so much we can talk about.
He explained when we finally came together on the wedding night, like, I just couldn't even believe, because it was like, you imagine it and how it's gonna be, like, idea, whatever. But like I said, it's like,
and it's not that we watched really exposing movies.
No.
You think about it on your own.
Things.
Yeah.
You just totally
your imagination goes.
And that's another thing that you need to take a step of purity in, is in like what you watch, what you watch together. Like, there's a level of, you need to protect yourself, protect your heart, protect your mind, protect your body, because there are things that
you're not supposed to awake things before their time.
Yes.
And that's biblical.
And so for me, it just was so incredible. And I remember talking to him after the fact, and he was like, it's like nothing ever happened after he got saved.
Yeah.
And because obviously for me, I was like, you struggle with comparison, insecurities, whatever, which is another reason to like, your body's not for everybody.
Yeah.
It actually is designed for one person.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's something we had to work through as well. And not that I'm like living in that and struggling in that. Obviously, we have an amazing marriage and a great sex life. But like, God designed it to be such a way that like it was safe. It's supposed to be safe in marriage.
Yes.
And Brandon understood that after coming to God. And so he said to me, like, it's completely different. Like, he's like, I understand both sides. Because he definitely lived, he's lived both sides. But he was like, I get it now. I get it. And I'm like, okay, wow. Like, that's just so cool.
Yeah.
And like, obviously, God can, if you repent, God can forgive you. God can restore you.
Yeah,
like,
he can make you clean.
There's
and
no
new
one
again.
that is too far gone that you're like, well, I've slept with 100 people, whatever. Like, it's like, God can forgive you. If you repent and turn from sin.
Yeah.
Like, God can forgive you. And that's what Brandon did. It's just so amazing how to see that from the other side when we waited for so long, and like all of our friends in high school were fooling around or sleeping around or whatever, and they were just like, don't you want to like find out what it's like before you get married? And I'm like, and like that's what I said after I got married. I was like, I actually can't even fathom
Yeah.
sharing this with someone else.
No.
Like that level of intimacy, that level of connection that you have with them.
Yeah.
It's like,
It is unlike anything.
it's like, it's, yeah. And it's just for you two. And
Yeah.
like the longer that you're married, it doesn't get boring. You get to keep exploring your body and having fun with each other. It's
Yeah.
like, it should be getting better the longer that you're married.
Yep.
And I can honestly say it does. We're good.
It does.
So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that.
It's so important to have that, especially when you have kids and you're being in demand from other things, to have that one-on-one time and your connection time of just like, hey, we need to be with each other. It's so important and it's so necessary. And we're both designed to fill that void for each other. So it's amazing and it's such a blessing. And it exceeded my expectations for everything that it was built up to be. Exceeded. So super thankful for our spouses. They are a blessing. Love ya.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Anyway, that concludes this podcast. Just like and subscribe Our Epic Life and stay tuned for the next one. Peace out, Seacrest.